So I watched Secrets of Dumbledore a few days ago and I want to talk about it. I would like this video to be more of a discussion than anything else, so do let me know what you thought of the movie. Any comments you want to make, let me know in the comments down below. And I feel like I do want to mention ahead that I do not know everything about the wizarding world, even though I'm a big fan. So if I'm wrong about something, please correct me in the comments. So the movie starts with a Chillin being born. This is a new creature. It looks like a deer. It's pretty cute. And Newt is trying to save it, but then Credence shows up, steals it, and takes it to Grindelwald. But it turns out that the Chillin is having twins, and Newt is able to save the twin, and he takes it with him. So in this movie, we basically have Grindelwald trying to rise to power. He wants to be, and I had to Google this because I didn't get it in the movie, the Supreme Mugwump, and I might be saying that wrong. And that is basically the head of the International Confederation of Wizards. So think like United Nations for us. So in the previous movie, he had already gathered supporters and followers. So now in this movie, he wants to go on a war with the Muggles. Now I'm kind of team Johnny Depp. I have nothing against Mads Mikkelsen. He just didn't seem as menacing. I do understand that maybe that's the whole point, because he looks normal, it's easier for people to believe him and follow him. But that's just a side thought. I guess it doesn't really matter. So Grindelwald kills the Chillin and then enchants it to make it bow at the ceremony. And basically at the ceremony, if the Chillin bows to you, that means you're pure of heart, and then you'll be elected as the Supreme Mugwump. Meanwhile, Dumbledore cannot fight Grindelwald because of a blood pact that they made when they were young and so in love. So if they try to go against each other, or even I guess think about it, they actually die. So because he cannot go against them personally, he gathers a team, a very fun and interesting team, to kind of deceive Grindelwald and his followers. I really like the idea that the best plan was for them not to know the whole plan. So it was actually kind of fun because they were all doing their own thing. Like each one of them knew individually what they were supposed to do, but none of them actually knew like the big plan. And I guess that's because it had to be unpredictable, because it turns out that Grindelwald is actually a seer, and that means that he can see the future, or at least pieces or moments of it, at least from what was shown in the movie. So that's basically the overall plot of the movie. You have Grindelwald trying to be elected, and then you have Dumbledore gather his first, I guess you could say, army, and yeah, try to come up with a plan on how to deceive Grindelwald and how to stop him from being elected. There were quite a few things that I really enjoyed, like Jacob gets a wand, and we saw that in the trailer, and everyone was like, how can a muggle get a wand? But I guess what they said in the movie was that the wand doesn't have a core, so I guess you could say it's a fake wand, so he can't really use it, but it was part of the plan to deceive Grindelwald's followers so that Jacob could actually blend in with all of them. Honestly, Jacob is kind of my favorite in all of the movies. He's just so wholesome and funny. I just really like him. Every time we go back to Hogwarts, they always play Hedwig's theme. I don't know, it just gives me chills. Also, we have the issue with Tina. She only really shows up at the end of the movie. I don't really know the story of if there's issues with the actress. Why wasn't she in the movie? I still don't know. She only showed up at the end. They just said that she was too busy. She's now head of the OR office, so she's too busy to be with them or whatever. I don't know. If she's only at the end of this movie, is she not gonna show up at all in the upcoming movies? I don't know what's happening with her character. Honestly, I never really loved her character that much, so to me, it didn't make a difference for me. It wasn't like a make or break the movie at all. It's like I didn't even miss her character, even though she was like the main female character. To me, Queenie shines a lot more than Tina does. I really enjoy more seeing Queenie, and that's the other thing. I really like that. I was very disappointed in the previous movie that Queenie turned to the dark side, but in this movie she actually realizes that she made a poor decision and regrets it and wants to come back and be with the team and be with Jacob. Also, I really liked Dumbledore and Credence's fight or duel. It was really cool because I don't know how, but it was like they were fighting in this inverted reality or mirror reality, and then at the end of the scene or at the end of the duel, it was really cool. It was so cinematic. I really love that transition when the screen is like flipped. It was really cool. And I also want to talk about my favorite and the most funny scenes. One of them is the one we saw in the trailers already, the little Newt dance with like those new creatures. I don't even know what those creatures are called or what the dance is called, but they kind of look like weird scorpions. It's like scorpions with many legs. Okay, now let's get into the real deal. Okay, I really want to talk about Credence. I finished the movie and I could not get over this. So Credence, this guy, he spent the whole second movie trying to find out who he is, and then at the end of the second movie we end up on that huge revelation that Credence is actually a Dumbledore, and it's like, whoa, okay, we can expect really big things from him in the next movie. So the third movie comes and they did nothing with him. I could not get over this. I mean, did I miss something? What is the point of his character? I mean, why build him up so much to then do nothing with him? Just, okay, you're dying now. That's your character. I know that we build you up so much and we made you into a really big character, but yeah, you're just gonna die now. Credence, his whole character in this movie, it was like in the beginning, he showed up in the beginning stealing the chillin', right? And then for the rest of the movie, he was just sad. I guess he was dying. He just looked pale and weak. He was writing on mirrors saying that he was lonely. We do find out a big piece of information. He is actually Dumbledore's brother's son. So Dumbledore's brother, Albafor's son. So we know that Grindelwald is trying to use Credence to kill Dumbledore because Grindelwald cannot fight Dumbledore himself. He thinks or is using Credence to kill Dumbledore. But obviously, Credence is not strong enough to fight Dumbledore, maybe because he's dying. And I did learn that he's dying because even though he's no longer suppressing his magic, he still has the Obscurus inside of him and it's poisoning him and slowly killing him. So Credence has a change of heart. He actually goes against Grindelwald. He exposes him. Grindelwald attacks Credence, and then Dumbledore casts a spell to protect Credence. So you have Credence as this third person, right? You have Grindelwald attacking him, Dumbledore protecting him, and then the blood pact breaks. I was so confused, guys. Honestly, I'm still not entirely sure how this works, why that happened. I thought the blood pact was unbreakable, like the unbreakable vow, but I guess not. Now, another question, or maybe a bigger question that I have is the fact that the person that they were attacking and protecting, Credence, who is a Dumbledore, does that matter at all? So if Credence, being a Dumbledore, is an important factor of the blood pact breaking, that is the only way I could make sense of this whole thing. So the fact that Grindelwald was trying to kill a Dumbledore, so Albus Dumbledore's family, you know, the fact that he was trying to kill his family and then Dumbledore is trying to protect his family, then the blood pact becomes null, you know, it's broken, right? That would make sense, at least some sense, because what if it wasn't Credence? What if it was any other person that is not a Dumbledore, is not family, right? Would it still break? That's my question. Because if it would still break, even though it wasn't a Dumbledore, it was nobody that was family, then I don't think any of this would make sense. Also, it would diminish even more the character of Credence, because I don't know, because if that didn't matter, it's just sad. It's just sad that Credence is just there now. He really didn't do anything, so I really hope that was like the breaking point. That mattered. That had to matter. Please let me know your theories and your thoughts in the comments down below. I really want to know what you think. Do you agree with me? Am I not making any sense? Just let me know in the comments. And obviously, you know, after that whole debacle, everything that happened, Grindelwald actually gets away, you know. So I don't really know how this is gonna go for the 4th movie, because we know there's gonna be 5 movies. And we already have information. I mean, we already know that Dumbledore is gonna kill Grindelwald in 1945 in a big fight. So I can imagine that that's gonna be the end of the 5th movie. It would make sense that that's the end point of Fantastic Beasts. Now that the Fantastic Beasts franchise is really no longer about the beasts, and it's really more political and more about this Dumbledore Grindelwald thing that's going on. But still, I enjoyed the movie. I did expect a lot more fighting, a lot more duels, and like bigger duels, you know. I feel like the duels that we got were very quick, you know. I expected, you know, more bigger things, but that's fine. I'm sure we're gonna get those in the next movies. I still really enjoyed the movie. I think it was funny, it was very enjoyable, and it was very cinematic. It was beautiful. But I guess what I could say about this one is that it felt too much like a middle movie. Like it literally is the middle movie of the franchise, but the first 2 movies, I feel like they can stand on their own, you know, like they could be watched and enjoyed almost as a standalone movie. But this one felt too much like a middle piece of a bigger picture, you know. So yeah, that's really all I want to say about this movie, and I am really curious. I really want to see what are your thoughts, your opinions about it. So have you watched it? Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of it. And that's it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and make sure to subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.